Chapter 20. Bai Jing received a notice from the teacher Gao Ling to ask all the students who passed the assessment to come to the gambling club as soon as possible. At that time, the Proxima branch president will issue them corresponding silver badges. By the time he arrived on the levitating train, the little fat man Jin Mao, Ngu, and Ning Yuxuan had basically arrived. A total of 16 people passed the assessment this time, of which there were only 3 civilians, including him and Ngu. When Bai Jing walked towards them calmly, the eyes of these people looking at him were very complicated. It is difficult for many noble children to accept that they have been surpassed by a commoner, but the fact makes them have to believe it. The ridiculous thing is that this commoner has surpassed them, and even the group of heaven's favored people from the capital star has been crushed. Thinking of this, the unwillingness in the hearts of the teenagers suddenly decreased a lot. President Zhua is here. The sharp-eyed students saw a middle-aged man in a white robe walking towards them. The silver badge on his chest showed the word Lu, and a group of stone gamblers followed, and they knew that this was a branch of Proxima Centauri. They all stood up straight and saluted respectfully. President Zhua is an honorable 6th-level stone gambler. The stone gamblers are divided into grades. 1 to 3 are low-level stone gamblers, 4 to 5 are intermediate stone gamblers, and above 6 are called senior stone gamblers. There are no more than 50 senior stone gamblers in the entire empire, and each of them is highly respected and has a very high status, which is the height that all stone gamblers dream of. Chairman Zhua Fengjing didn't have the usual serious expression on his face, but instead had an obvious smile. He walked over to Bai Jing and patted him on the shoulder affectionately. Bai Jing, you did a great job this time, and the guild has decided to award you a bonus of 1 million stars. If you have any questions about stone gambling in the future, you can come to me at any time. As soon as these words came out, all the noble children looked at Bai Jing with deep jealousy in their eyes. The reward of 1 million stars may not be much to them, but it is a great luck to get the guidance of a 6th-level stone gambler. Thank you, President. Bai Jing bowed and saluted, not as ecstatic as everyone imagined, but looked calm, neither humble nor arrogant. President Zhua nodded secretly in his heart. To have such a flattering attitude at this age, this son will be extraordinary in the future. At that moment, he even had the idea of accepting disciples, but he suppressed it in time. The road of gambling stones for the common people is not easy to go, and he has to look again. Soon, Bai Jing's Guangnao account received 1 million star coins. In addition to the remaining 700,000, he now has 1.7 million star coins in his account, and he has enough capital to bet on stones in the early stage. The assistant next to President Zhua handed over a sapphire blue velvet box at the right time, which was the apprentice badge of gambling stones mailed from the headquarters. Open the box. There is a silver regulation about the size of a thumb in the center, with a bright metal color, delicate and small, engraved with the exclusive pentagram pattern of the Stone Gamblers Guild. President Zhua personally put badges on the students who passed the assessment. Among the many badges, only the white scene is different. There is only a pentagram pattern on the badge of the Stone Gambling Apprentice, and there is nothing in the center. And Bai Jing's badge is a circle larger than theirs, with a small one in the middle, which is the symbol of a 1st-level stone gambler. Everyone looked at President Zhua with the badge of a 1st-level stone gambler for Bai Jing, and they were envious. The 1st-level stone gambler is the next stage goal for all stone gambler apprentices. The conditions for becoming a 1st-level stone gambler are: get 5 points. Since becoming a stone gambler apprentice, 1 point will be accumulated for each gamble. 5 points means that the bet has risen 5 times, and at the same time it means that at least dozens of betting stones are required, but Bai Jing directly skipped this step, saving a lot of time and star coins. Ning Yuxuan was ranked 12th and earned 3 points. She turned her head to look at Bai Jing. The girl's eyebrows were still proud, but there was no discrimination and disdain in her eyes. She was wrong. It's so ridiculous. What qualification does she have to discriminate against someone who ranks higher than herself? Bai Jing proved to her with practical actions that birth does not mean anything. From a commoner background, he used his strength to slap these children of aristocratic families with a loud slap in the face. Ning Yuxuan touched the silver badge on her chest and thought in a trance. She will definitely get 5 points as soon as possible and become a 1st-level stone gambler. Then, follow in the footsteps of Bai Jing. She had a hunch that if she didn't work hard, she would be thrown farther by the other party. I don't know since when, Bai Jing has become the target she wants to chase. Where her eyes are, and the person she wants to be. Early the next morning, Bai Jing took the suspended train to Gu's stone gambling shop. Chowan had been waiting in front of the door and took him to the second floor from a hidden passage. Although he has been here several times, every time Bai Jing enters, he still has an unreal feeling that he is separated from the original space. The entrance is pure white. The empty corridor seems to be invisible at a glance, and the lights extend inward with the movement of the two people, full of technology. A floating halo flickered on the smooth wall. According to Chowan, this was some kind of high-tech protective wall, and even the most powerful super laser cannon could not shake it. After Chowan performed iris and genetic identification, the circular pressure door slowly opened, and the space inside was huge, but Bai Jing saw the man sitting on the leather sofa at a glance. The straight military uniform outlines Gu Yuanchao's slender and tall figure. In Bai Jing's eyes, every muscle wrapped under the military uniform is full of strength, perfect to the extreme. His sitting posture is very casual, but he exudes an air that cannot be ignored. Come and sit. Gu Yuanchao raised his eyebrows and motioned for Bai Jing to sit opposite. Just as Bai Jing sat down, a rectangular box was pushed over by the other party. The box is made of some unknown material. The whole body is silver gray, with a metallic texture. It is engraved with complicated patterns. There is a logo abbreviation in the upper right corner, LS. If Bai Jing knows the brand, you can find that this is the abbreviation of Roche, the largest weapons manufacturer in the empire, and it is also the only partner of the Imperial military weapons. Every weapon manufactured by Roche is a high-quality product and is never sold to the public. It can only be purchased through special channels. Bai Jing opened the box, and an extraordinarily delicate silver pistol appeared in front of him. Gu Yuanchao, this is the latest energy gun codenamed L9 developed by Roche, with a length of 203 millimeters, a weight of 0.58 kilograms, a bullet velocity of 1,500 meters per second, an effective range of 100 m, and a caliber of 4.5 to 9 millimeters. Hearing the introduction of the other party, Bai Jing's beautiful eyes widened slightly. This energy gun is several times faster than the guns he used in the past in terms of initial speed and range, and its performance is unbelievably high. His white fingertips lightly touched the silver barrel of the energy gun. The touch was smooth. The lines were smooth, light and compact, exuding the cold feeling unique to high-grade metals, which made him reluctant to put it down for a while. Gu Yuanchao. This L9 is equipped with the newly developed air compression technology inside. No need to refill bullets, just pull the trigger. The air compressed to the extreme is enough to shoot through any kind of metal, even intermediate mechas. Not only that, but it also has auto-aiming and focusing technology that even inexperienced people can pick up quickly. Gu Yuanchao's deep black eyes looked at Bai Jing. I think this energy gun is very suitable for you. Do you like it? For some reason, while waiting for the young man to answer, his Adam's apple rolled involuntarily, and there was a trace of unnoticeable tension. Well, I like it very much. Bai Jing raised his head and showed a bright smile at Gu Yuanchao. That smile was clean, clear, bright, and natural, as if a beam of light had come in, causing the man on the opposite side to be stunned, his heartbeat suddenly unbalanced. But that smile only lasted for a moment, and soon the boy's eyes fell back on the silver energy gun, and after watching for a long time, he reluctantly moved away. Then, he closed the lid with a snap and pushed it back in front of Gu Yuanchao. Gu Yuanchao, Mim? Bai Jing lowered his eyes. Thank you, but it's too expensive as a gift. I can't accept it. He had seen the energy gun in the window of the Star Network. The gun placed in the first row was not as good as this one in terms of workmanship, speed, or range, but even so, the price was more than 1 million stars. The performance of this gun is so superior, it must be more than 1 million. And it is even possible to double or triple it. Although he likes this energy gun very much, he only has 1.7 million star coins in his account, and he cannot afford it anyway. More importantly, he still owes the other party 38 million for the treatment of gene decay. What qualifications does he have to receive such an expensive gift? He can't be so greedy. Gu Yuanchao looked at Bai Jing's drooping hair. The young man turned his head slightly and turned his eyes away, refusing to look at the box again. Obviously want it. Gu Yuanchao felt an unprecedented pity in his heart. Why is this young man so distressed? He was only 18 years old, and he should be at a high-spirited age. He looked at Bai Jing and said in a soft voice, "Do you remember the agreement we signed?" It is agreed that we will pay you 5 million star coins every year. Now that you have become a first-level stone gambler, you have the qualification to participate in the stone gambling battle, and you can advance 2 million stars as the cost of purchasing energy guns. Really? Thank you. Bai Jing's eyes lit up, and his voice was full of joy. It was only at this time that he showed a little innocence that belonged to his age. The silver-gray metal box was pushed back in front of him again, and Bai Jing couldn't wait to pick up the L9. The tiger's mouth held the handle of the gun, and the right index finger was stuck at the place where the trigger was pulled. Chowan stood by and watched his eyelids jump. If Roche's heir knew that the L9 he made by himself was sold by young Master Gu and gave it away, and he only sold it for 2 million star coins, what expression would he make? Thinking of Luo Xiao's hot temper, Chowan couldn't help shivering, and he must not know about this. Gu Yuanchao, do you want to try it? Bai Jing was eager to try. Can you? Gu Yuanchao, of course you can. He gestured to Chao and to hang up a target made of nano-adsorbent material. This material can evenly disperse and absorb the pressure concentrated at a certain point within 1,000th of a second. It is the most commonly used advanced practice material. Chowan picked the largest target, 2 meters in diameter. Although L9 is quick to use, it still takes a long time for inexperienced newcomers to adapt, and he does not want to be affected by bullets. Bai Jing took off his glasses and tucked the broken hair on both sides behind his ears, revealing his delicate facial features and those brown eyes that were as bright as stars, and his eyes became sharp in an instant. He stood at a distance of 20 meters from the target, found the angle facing the bullseye, with his feet about shoulder-width apart. Bai Jing raised his right hand, his arm was straight. His right hand grasped the handle of the gun, and his index finger gently pulled the trigger into a ready-to-fire state. At the same time, the right eye is aimed at the bullseye through the aiming instrument, and the trigger is pulled quickly, and the movement is fast and agile. The air bomb was fired at an extremely high speed, completely missing a trace. Just listen to the sound of bang, and the bullet hits the red heart. A deep bullet dent fell on the bullseye, and then spread out evenly with the shock. What agile movements, what quick marksmanship. Chowan was startled by Bai Jing's hand. Is this inexperienced? It only took less than a second to straighten the posture, aim and shoot. The posture is more standard than many imperial sergeants, and the speed is unparalleled. This slender-looking young man is simply too terrifying. Gu Yuanchao walked behind Bai Jing. His tall body shrouded the teenager. Just now, the action was very standard. Do you want to try something else? Gu Yuanchao motioned Xiao, and to replace the target with a virtual moving live target. This kind of difficulty is even more difficult, and it is necessary to predict the position and direction in advance, and at the same time seize the opportunity to hit the target. Bai Jing continued to practice until noon, before he stopped, and his accuracy rate reached an astonishing 98.75%. This is a level that many imperial officers cannot achieve. Bai Jing's forehead was full of beads of sweat, and there were obvious watermarks on his body, which outlined the slender body of the young man. Those beautiful brown eyes were as clear and flawless as if they had been washed with water, making people want to, there's a bathroom here, go take a shower and change your clothes. Gu Yuanchao turned his back to Bai Jing, and his magnetic voice was somewhat hoarse. Well, okay. Bai Jing also felt uncomfortable with the sweat stains on his body, and he wanted to clean it as soon as possible. After the boy walked into the bathroom, Gu Yuanchao's tense body relaxed. He must have been crazy just now. When he saw the misty eyes of the other party, he had the urge to kiss him.